You've probably been told to practice your scales, but nobody tells you how to do them in such a way that it actually improves your technique or keeps you from being bored to tears. Which is why today I'm going to show you 5 piano scale secrets that'll get you playing faster, cleaner, and more confidently, whether you're a beginner or an advanced pianist stuck in a rut. These are techniques I've taught to hundreds of students and still actively practice myself, so let's get into it. The first secret is fingering hacks. Most teachers and books tend to teach scales very note by note, like fingers 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for an A major scale. But if you think in terms of finger groups, that's a game changer. A finger group is the number of fingers that you play before a thumb goes under or a finger goes over. So for A major, rather than think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you just think group of 3, thumb goes under, group of 5, and then follow group of 5 back, and then group of 3. For hands together scales, focus on the places where both hands play the same note with the same fingers. So for example, C major, the 3s line up on E, thumb goes under, 3s line up on A. And then coming back, same thing, 3s, 3s. Or for scales that would seem really tricky, like B major, we start with 4 and 1. You can think about groups of fingers that all play the same keys. So for pretty much all the scales that have 5, 6, or 7 sharps or flats, these fingers will play the 2 black keys, and these fingers will play the 3 black keys, and your thumbs will line up on the white keys. So for example, B major, 2s and 3s, so these 2 notes together, thumbs line up on E, and then these 3 fingers together on F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. And then you can also practice clustering those if it helps get that into your muscle memory. Pretty much every scale has a trick like this, so make sure you're thinking about that next time you practice your scales. Secret number 2 is speed building. Everyone wants faster scales, but it's not gonna happen if you don't have control. And my favorite way to build control is through rhythmic alteration. For example, you can take a C major scale and instead of playing perfectly evenly, you can play long, short rhythms. You can play short, long rhythms. Or you can play the first note long and then blow through the next 3. And anything else you can put your imagination to. This forces your brain to lock into every transition, and it locks in speed that you didn't know you had. Secret 3 is evenness training. This is where a metronome can come in handy, but maybe not quite the way you think. So you want to start at a speed you can play completely evenly and lock into every single click with the metronome. And when it feels comfortable, you can try it a bit faster. Again, locking into every click, coordinating the motion. And then once this is feeling comfortable, you can start practicing with subdivisions. So before, let's say I was doing quarter notes, now I want to do eighth notes. One thing you can do is have a notepad and make a note of the fastest speed you made it to so you know where to start from next practice session. Secret number 4 is having a scale routine, and I'm going to show you my favorite one. And you can do this even if you only have 5 minutes to practice. Just pick one key that you want to work on the scale for. Maybe it's from a piece that you're working on. So say I'm working on a sonata in A major. I'm going to practice my A major scale. Step 1 is to not worry about speed, evenness, anything. Just focus on the fingerings. So for example, in A major, I know that my 3s are going to line up. The first time those 3s line up, my leading hand crosses with the thumb. When my trailing hand runs out, I'm going to cross with 3, so the 3s line up again, and then next finger, and then coming back, it's the exact same thing, again focusing intensely on those fingering combos. Now my 3s line up on the F sharp, now left hand is the leading hand, that's going to cross with the thumb. Now the right hand trailing hand runs out, so 3s line up, and then next finger, next finger. Once you have fingerings dialed in, try some of those rhythmic variations. And then probably one of the most overlooked aspects of scale practice is adding dynamics. If you add a crescendo going up and a decrescendo going down like this, you're not only practicing the scale, but you're practicing your musicality. If you do this with just one minor and one major key each day, you'll be through every key in about a week and a half, and you'll be amazed how fast your technique improves. And then secret number 5 is to just jazz it up and have some fun. For example, in C major, you could try adding some swing. Be really creative, you can try adding a simple bass line in the left hand. Or you could even try improvising off the scale. It doesn't always have to be just up and down. For example, let me know in the comments which of these you found most interesting, and then be sure to check this video out. In this one I go through every single major scale and all the fingering tricks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.